Hello, my name is Jim DeMeo, and this is A Course in Miracles. Today we are reading Lesson 80. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. If you are willing to recognize your problems, you will recognize that you have no problems. Your one central problem has been answered, and you have no others. Therefore, you must be at peace. Salvation thus depends on recognizing this one problem and understanding that it has been solved. One problem, separation, of course, our belief in it. One solution, it's not possible to change God's will. Salvation is accomplished. Freedom from conflict has been given you. Accept that fact, and you are ready to take your rightful place in God's plan for salvation. It's up to us to accept it or not to accept it. That's why He's once again asking us to accept. Your only problem has been solved. Repeat this over and over to yourself today with gratitude and conviction. You have recognized your only problem, opening the way for the Holy Spirit to give you God's answer. You have laid deception aside and seen the light of truth. You have accepted salvation for yourself by bringing the problem to the answer. You can recognize the answer because the problem has been identified. We can continue to think, to believe that we can oppose God's will, or we can recognize that a loving God would not let it actually be so. We can think it so because we're free to think what we want to think. This is why love calls on itself for us to love ourselves enough to be able to recognize and love our source. Not to mention loving each other. You are entitled to peace today. A problem that has been resolved cannot trouble you. Only be certain you do not forget that all the problems are the same. Their many forms will deceive you while you remember this one problem, one solution. Accept the peace this simple statement brings. In our longer practice periods today, we will claim the peace that must be ours when the problem and the answer have been brought together. The problem must be gone, because God's answer cannot fail. Having recognized one, you can recognize the other. The solution is inherent in the problem. You are answered, and have accepted the answer. Nice if we could remember that, huh? If we could remember that we indeed have accepted God's love. You are saved. Now, let us the peace that you and your acceptance brings be given you. Close your eyes and receive your reward. Recognize that your problems have been solved. Recognize that you are out of conflict, free and at peace. Above all, remember that you have one problem and that the problem has one solution. It is in this that the simplicity of salvation lies. It is because of this that it is guaranteed to work. Assure yourself often today that your problems have been solved. Repeat the idea with deep conviction as frequently as possible, And be particularly sure to apply the idea for today to any specific problems that may arise. Say quickly, let me recognize this problem has been solved. Let us be determined not to collect grievances today. Let us be determined to be free of problems that do not exist. The means is simple honesty. Do not deceive yourself about what the problem is. And you must recognize that it has been solved. So when we realize that there's really only one of us, that we really have not left our source, when we realize everything is okay, then whatever drama is going on, whatever is causing us concern, we allow the Holy Spirit to guide us in the resolution. If we remember that the problem, our belief in separation, is just simply not true, then we really can trust the Holy Spirit, can't we? To guide us in whatever situation we find ourselves in knowing how to speak, when to speak, what to say, when not to speak, to do, what not to do. We allow the Holy Spirit to guide us in all of this. I pray that you do, as I sincerely pray that I do.